of Minnesota, to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I can stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. This country, I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless, please bless the
Right on, right on, right on. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're listening today, folks. Welcome. I am Cindy Page, host of the Rhino Removal Project. Welcome to another episode. Today is February the 8th, 2021, year of our Lord. And we're getting ready to impeach a president that's not in office. Let's give us a round of applause. Actually, it's not us doing it. But, we're going to talk about that in a minute. The first thing that we do, we always do this. We go to the Lord and we talk about a Bible verse, and we go to this awesome book that a very dear friend of mine, once again, shout out to Rayanne for that awesome book that I refer to here on this podcast, and what I refer to every day when I pray. Because this country is in a lot of trouble, and I think we all know it. So I think this is just God's way of having us rely on Him just a little bit more than we already have, and we always have, because it's going to take faith to get us through this, right? Because a lot of my plastic patriots have thrown in the towel, and I can't do it anymore. If I'm pleasantly surprised, then so be it. That's not how we fix this, okay? So let's talk with God here for just a few minutes, and not get it out of the way, but do what we need to do before we talk about what we need to talk about. So February 8th is on me alone. I am your Lord, your supply. You must rely on me. Trust to the last uttermost limit. Trust and be not afraid. You must depend on divine power only. This is a good one, y'all. I have not forgotten you. You must know that I have not forgotten you. Your help is coming. You shall know and realize my power. I love it. Endurance is faith, tried almost to the breaking point. I mean, who can give me a thumbs up on that? I mean, who's not at the breaking point, right? Who? I think we all are, okay? But what does this say? You must not depend on man, but on me. Me, your strength, your help, your supply. This is the great test. Am I your supply or not? Meaning, are you going to rely on me, Cindy, or anybody else like Donald Trump, or any that's got truth seekers and truth tellers and things like that? Are you going to rely on them or me, or are you going to rely on Him with a capital H? Okay. This is a great test. Am I your supply or not? Every great work for me has had to have this great test time. Possess your souls in patience and rejoice. You must wait until I show the way. Heaven itself cannot contain more joy than the I crown it victor, but not disciple of mine can be victor, who does not wait until I give the next order to start. You cannot be anxious if you know that I am your supply. That means, okay, what does that mean? James 1:4 says, let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Okay, so it says right here on the side, it says, possess your souls in patience and rejoice. And that's it, folks. That's right there is why when people come, everything's cool. Why? Because I have faith. I have faith that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to, and it's going to work out exactly the way that God had planned it. Okay, not the way we planned it, and not on our timetable, but how He planned it. Okay, that's my preach for the day. So let's go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer before we start our news, and we just if you can say it out loud, great. If you can't, say it inside, but the Lord loves to hear it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so a big shout out to once again to Scott McKay. Love this guy. He's fantastic. He This is from PatriotStreetFighter.com, and of course, what is this? Patriot Deep State Fighter. Okay, so this is Trump. Don't take my guns, all that good stuff. Very comfortable wear. Sometimes cotton can be a little bit, especially from Teespring, and these aren't from Teespring. I won't order anything from Teespring, unfortunately. So if you have gear from Teespring, they got rid of Jeremy Harrell because of his political views and his Christian beliefs. So I don't do anything with Anchor or Spotify, any of those platforms. And I only order from the actual website that carries, like if you're with jeremyhero.com, now he has his own merch on his webpage. Okay. He doesn't have to order it through a second person. And I believe that Scott McKay is the same way. So if you don't watch the Patriot Street Fighter, he comes on YouTube every night at 7 o'clock. I've probably said that before, but just in case you're tuning in and this is your first podcast, I like to remind everybody because that is that's a great source of where I get information from. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. We're on the verge of we're on the eve of impeaching our president again for the second time. And it might look like right now that it's not really going to happen. I'm tomorrow's my birthday, so I don't know if I really want to discuss that or not, or I don't know if I want to talk about it. Then I'm probably going to have to look at stuff, later on and get recaps, just because I don't want to get upset about stuff like that. It makes me angry that they're putting a private citizen through this. You can't impeach a president that's not sitting in office. But I want to talk about a rhino. Because I live here in Florida and I want to get rid of this rhino. So let's talk about Marco Rubio. I want you to know that little rhino son of a gun, oh, little hands Marco, tiny baby hands, that little guy, one of my favorites. Had to vote for him because I couldn't vote for the Democrat the last time, so I had to go right straight down the board at election time, and I just, voted red. But I won't do that this time. I'd rather not vote. I'm having a problem voting until we get this Dominion stuff taken care of, and I think we all know about that. Big, huge rhino to get out of there. Marco Rubio. Why? Marco Rubio is trying to pass a Terror Intelligence Improvement Act. What is that? You'll Google that. Excuse me. You'll duck, duck, go that. That's a habit I got to break. You'll duck, duck, go that uh, in your search engine. Okay. The Terror Intelligence Improvement Act. And what that is people like me who went to the um, insurrection of the Capitol, uh, aka I went to the rally on the 6th and I supported my president peacefully, patriotically in front of the ellipse. And after he was done speaking, I went back to the Watergrade Hotel. But this bill that he's trying to introduce basically is going to it's going to deny your it's going to deny your Second Amendment rights because by um, facial recognition technology, I basically will probably be on a no-fly list from here on out. I don't know. I haven't tried to fly yet, but because I did go to the Capitol, they can probably look at my phone, and I have timestamps and all of that, all of that fun stuff. Um, but they can also look at the timestamps and see where I was. I never went to the Capitol. I had nothing to do with it. So that's probably why they haven't come and talked to me. I don't know. But if you are found to have even been there, this is the Intelligence Improvement Act. If you're found to have been there, they're going to take your guns. You have no due process. There's no trial. There's no evidence to be presented. Just like the trial before when they impeached Trump the first time, the president the first time. Try not to say just Trump because he deserves the president, the respect of the president, because he's never really been given the respect that he deserves. So let's go ahead and let's give him that. No trial, no due process, no nothing, and it's basically, if you wanted to buy a gun or they're going to send somebody to your house to take your guns because they think that you're an insurrectionist, and it will pass. It will pass because it will get enough approval by the left because it's taking away the guns from these terrible, violent, um, white winged extremists. I need some water. Hold on. My favorite mug. Some coffee. It's like I need to wake up. But yeah, that's the bill that I want you to look at. Marco Rubio of Florida, he's responsible for that little bad boy, and I want you to write him a letter. I want you to send him an email. I want you to tell him how terrible of a representation of the people that he is, the people of Florida, or the people that actually voted him to get in there. And you're basically stabbing us in the back, which we're used to by you rhinos, but we're going to just, like I said, I'm in the process of filling out my political resume to run with or help Ivanka run against Rubio in the primaries when he is up for reelection. So that's big news for me. Um, I'm going to do everything I can. I've got to do something about my hair. And I also need to do something about what's going on in our country because I can't take it. It's just, it makes me so sad to not only see what's going on, but to know that there are some people that actually support this. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was no fan of Hillary Clinton, but I never. I mean, yeah, she needed to be locked up. I'm sorry. Trump doesn't need to be locked up. He did some amazing things for the country. And if the left could open their eyes to figure that out, who knows? Um, did y'all hear that our resident in charge, or our thief in chief, I like to call him, uh, Joe Biden, he came on with his, instead of go team, what a great day to be an American with the great American pastime of football, and go whoever, go go Mahomes, go Brady, go team, yay USA, National Football League. No, what was it, folks? We want to thank all of the healthcare workers for all of the hard work that you've done during this pandemic, because we did plan it. And Oh, Joe, hold on, please. Don't say anything. Any don't say anymore. I'll finish saying it. I'm your handler. I'll take care of it. You know, the babysitter Jill. I like to call her babysitter Jill because that's what she was before. Before Biden sacrificed his own first wife and child um, to get with the babysitter. That's a rabbit hole you could go down. You know, but about whatever I want to on my podcast because even though they hate it and they want to take it away, I still have freedom of speech here. Even though they want to take it away on every platform that I could possibly be on, I can still say it right here on Zoom, right here on my computer, right here for you, and right here on wearetrump.net. But yeah, that was some fun stuff. So we get this. We want to remember the 400,440 people that have died from the virus. Let's give it a moment of silence. I gotta tell you something. I didn't hear any silence. I actually did hear a little bit of silence, but within the silence, it was because people were looking at each other going, "What in the actual f?" I mean, seriously, what was that? Did you fall asleep for that 36 seconds of boring, sad? We're trying to lift the country up, but instead we need to have that dark winter that he was promising, don't we? Yeah, yeah. So if you need that footage, you can probably go to YouTube, you can go to Rumble, you can go to BitChute. Um, you can see it there that Biden was totally booed. You can probably see it on Simon Parks. But Biden and Jill, positive message. Some more interesting news. South Dakota stepping up, just like Florida going against big tech, just like Texas suing the Biden administration for closing down the pipeline. Keep those lawsuits coming, folks. I mean, I really don't want Marjorie Taylor Greene. I love her to death, and she's a little spitfire, and that would probably be me if I was in Congress, but I would, or the Senate. I would never, ever, ever go there. I could never do that. Oh, Cindy, you would be a great politician. No, just no. I'm not getting sucked into that cesspool of shit. But I'll sit here and I'll talk about it, and I'll make it fun. I'll make it interesting. We'll have games. We'll have prizes. We'll have giveaways. You can sponsor yourself. As a matter of fact, you can plug your. The bigger we get, the more you share us, the bigger we get. Because we're not here to just talk about it, folks. WeAreTrump.net is here to let you know what's going on and let you know how we can try and fix the problem. Because our biggest issue right now is getting those voting machines. We have got to get rid of those Dominion voting machines. Have to. In every state, not just in the swing states. We need to get rid of those Dominion voting machines in every state. And I hate to say it, but we need to go back to paper ballots. More, no more computer. It can be flawed. It's too easy to hack. So anyway, let me talk to you about South Dakota for a second. Kristi Noem stepping up to the plate with executive order. I think it's 1148 on South Dakota's side. Basically, she's exempting her state from Biden's executive orders, from the ones that. That's another thing that I'm getting ready to get into in my next segment, and I'm going to need you guys to hold on to your hat for that one because it is literally your mouth is going to drop. Just like if you have ever seen The Fall of the Cabal, which I don't think you can find it anymore. I've tried to find it out there on the dark web, but it's not on Rumble. It's definitely not on YouTube. But The Fall of the Cabal, interesting information there. But yeah, South Dakota, Kristi Noem, she's that badass where she's just she's built like a brick doo doo house, and she's just awesome and loves Trump. Is definitely not a rhino. Kept her state open the entire time during the pandemic. Okay, notice that I say pandemic. Okay, because it was a total plan between many people and many organizations, and it was just a big. I mean, it's a big coup d'état. I mean, it's truly a coup d'état. Although they're trying to blame Trump for that because he's trying to defend himself in impeachment and tell everybody that there is some, there's some truth to what I'm saying. I actually have evidence. It's called evidence. But I've never been able to show it to anybody in court because it's been thrown out on whatever merit or standing they decided to throw it out on before anything is ever heard. Any evidence is ever seen, any arguments are ever heard, nothing. It's just nope, we're not hearing that. It's fake news. So, congratulations to Governor Nome. She's pretty much one of my heroes, along with Governor DeSantis. I can't say enough awesome things about that man. And if he does run in 2024, oh, another campaign that I would totally get on. Okay, here's where you're going to need some form of a. You're going to need some form of a something to take the knife out of your back when you hear this news. The Navarro report. Peter Navarro, great guy, right? Great guy. Been working on the DNI report with Durham and Ratcliffe and all of that good stuff. And does everybody know how executive orders work? And I know I will remember that Trump did the exact same thing. I will not. Trump did exactly what Biden did, but he did it for good. He gave all of those company tax cuts, those companies tax cuts. He started doing the Muslim ban so that the terrorists would stop coming into our country and stop doing all of the things that they're doing. Blah 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 blah. He did executive orders for good, and most of them did not make it because we had so many liberal judges on the docket. So luckily, we do have some more federal judges that are constitutionalists that will hopefully stick to the Constitution and not to the bribes and the money that the left is going to, in my opinion, delve out, because that's how they keep winning. Because I can't believe that America is this stupid. I'm really, folks, I'm having the worst time with it. How can you actually sit here and believe that what they're doing to the president, whether you like him or not, Biden lost, man, you'd be like, come on, leave him alone, leave him be. I even felt sorry for Hillary, okay, on inauguration day when she had to show up at Trump's inauguration. So I'm not bloodthirsty that way. Believe it or not, I do chant and shout, and I want 4 more years, and I do think that Biden is a thief. I'm allowed to have my opinion. A lot of people call Trump Orange Man bad all the time. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to Navarro. Executive orders cannot be passed unless they go through the DOJ before they can be brought to signing. Do you think that it's interesting that Biden had all of those just ready to rock and roll right as he came in? That takes a little bit of time. So, those 17 orders that were drawn up, which I love the number 17, but again, whatever. It's just it's just a coincidence, right? How many coincidences can you have before it's mathematically impossible? I don't know. But basically, our fantastic, trustworthy Attorney General William Barr had been bottlenecking everything that Trump did and his executive orders that he wanted to sign and bring into play and all of that stuff. Yeah. Barr, he bottlenecked every bit of it. And he was working for Biden. Because why? Because he knew Biden was going to win. He knew Biden was going to win. And he wanted Biden to win. You know why? Because he was paid off. Just like that's what the left does. They threaten you and they pay you off. Or they pay you off and then you can't be bought. Then they threaten you. that's probably the order that it goes in. So they probably say, well, what do I have to lose? I'm screwed either way, so I think I'll take the money. That's, you know. So that's some shocking information, is it not? I mean, you're sitting there going, William Barr was working for Biden the whole time? One take in one, you know, 1 century, and let alone 1 year. Because once again, folks, I think 2020 looked at 2021, or 2021 looked at 2020 and said, here, hold my beer. Because, I don't like being a Debbie Downer or a doom and gloomer or anything like that. I really try and bring positive messages to you. But I have to keep it on stuff that I can actually really stand behind and prove. I love Charlie Ward, but I don't believe that Hillary Clinton is dead. I don't believe that Tom Hanks is dead. I don't believe that all these people have been arrested. I think that people have been arrested, and I want you to watch the people that are resigning. I want you to look at all of the people. You don't even have to look at the news to find this stuff out. You can be on your computer, look at your homepage, whatever it is. DuckDuckGo is mine. DuckDuckGo.com is a private search engine. Highly recommend it, so that Google can't track what you're looking at. But again, it's if you're really hiding deep, dark information, you shouldn't be talking about it on the internet anyway. Which is why, folks, we're not going to know what the plan is, but what do they keep telling us? We got to trust it, right? Got to trust the plan. I have a really cute, let's see if I can't find it over here. I'll share my screen. Simon is so stinking cute. I just love this guy. And he, I'm going to try and share my screen with you. I'm going to share my screen with you. Sorry. Hi. Hello. Hello. I want you to look at this. Okay? I want you to check this out. This right here. Trust the man. Okay? But I also want you to trust the plan. All right? I want you to trust the plan. And I want you to trust the Lord. So there's 3 things that I need you to trust at this point. All right? I need you to trust me, because I'm going to try and give you the lowdown of everything that's going on right now. I try and keep up with as much as possible. Like I said, I'm trying to do my job part-time and research full-time, but the research doesn't pay bills. So again, if you are interested in sponsoring the website, putting your name and your business up on the front page, if you would like for me to give you a shout out on my YouTube channel, in my podcast, I'd be more than happy to do that, especially if you are an American-owned small business. I don't want any franchises, unfortunately, folks. I need small businesses that are taking care of, we need to take care of our little people. Okay. So I highly recommend that if you need to go shopping, don't go to these malls. You don't want to go and have to wear a mask anywhere. So if you want to shop online, go to Etsy. Go to those small little people. Okay. The small little retailers that are, this is either their bread and butter, and they make jewelry, or it's just, my glasses on. They're either, handcrafters like myself. I still have my Trump masks. Let me see. Not masks, but they are pretty fun, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Check these out. And then I have bandanas. I have Trump on a bike. I have Trump on a bike. I have cartoon Trump. I wear this one all the time. It's pretty fun. Okay. I sent that over to Jeremy Harrell, and he gives me a shout out on it every now and then. This is kind of fun. They have adjustable ear straps. They're machine washable and dryable. This is kind of fun. I know you're not supposed to wear masks, but I can't wear a hat to support my president. So I kind of do it so that I don't get bitched at about a mask, and I can show my love and support for the Don. Okay. And that's just another one of my red ones. But yeah, Trump on a Harley is pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty fun. So I have dog collars. I have bandanas that you can put around your head. You can go and find my store at trumploversgear.etsy or whatever. Or if you go to etsy.com, I'm at Trump Lovers Gear, all one word, but Trump and like it's capital T, capital L, capital G. And I have a couple of things there, but that's where I want you guys to go to purchase things, especially if you have a birthday coming up for somebody. Make sure that you really try and support local businesses because they're not getting the help that big corporations are, and I think we all know that. Okay. Again, Scott McKay, Patriot Street Fighter. Listen to his podcast 7 o'clock at night on YouTube. It's right now. It's on Patriot Street Fighter #3. He has 4 channels because he keeps getting, with anybody that's telling the truth, we get blocked. So, he's on Patriot Street Fighter 3. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Mark K, Kaye, Mark K Show. Subscribe to Live from America, the Hip Hop Patriot. He's on YouTube, and that's Jeremy Harrell. You can actually go to his website, jeremyharrell.com. So those are my big shout outs to everybody. Those are the guys that I listen to get information. I also listen to X22 Report. I listen to andweknow.com. That's a great Christian. Also another, like me and Jeremy and we know we like to start off with prayer. And don't get me wrong, Scott McKay's, he loves Jesus too. He just doesn't start off with prayer like we always do, and it's okay. Most people are here for information. I try and give you as much information as I possibly can, and in the small amount of time that I want to try and keep it to about 30 minutes. Okay. So with that being said, and that's another famous line from Scott McKay, and I know he's hold the forking line, which that's my next T-shirt. I hope that you guys will go to his webpage and go and check that out because you should see the one that I'm going to wear tomorrow. It's kind of cool. It's not one that I would be able to wear in public, I don't think, because you'll see it'll get people going. But it's not that I don't like the top part. I love these guys, but the bottom part is kind of funny and that can get people triggered. So anyway, go and find a shirt on those guys' website. Jeremy Harrell's got Armor of God t-shirts and hoodies and things like that. He's got coffee cups, phone cases, things like that. Just please go to small businesses, go to etsy.com and check out what they're doing. And you can go and check out if you want. If you have to wear a mask, why not wear a Trump mask, Anyway, I'll be back to you very shortly after the impeachment. I'm going to do tomorrow's my birthday. So I'll probably do a podcast, a real quick one for that, but I'm not going to watch it. And I'm probably actually going to go to Cocoa Village, to another small business, and hang out at the Village Beer Garden. And then I'm going to go over to another small business at Stumpy's Hatchet House, and I'm going to go and throw some axes and get some MAGA aggression out because I'm hopeful, staying in faith. That's what God Calling was about today, folks. Remember, the Okay. Stay in faith. Okay. When you start getting that, I really don't have any kind of, I don't have any kind of angst about it. I get a little bit depressed sometimes every now and then. I was a little depressed yesterday. I'm a little depressed today because he's going through this. But I'm I'm very hopeful that something big is going to happen. Trump, the President Trump would never leave us like that. He would never leave us to fend for ourselves. You know why? He could be tried for treason. That's another thing that Marco Rubio is trying to do. He's trying to get him because he's afraid Ivanka's going to run against him. He's trying to get he's trying to threaten Trump with a private citizen's arrest. Now that you're a private citizen, now we can get you on civil charges for inciting a riot. Don't these rhinos know any better? You people need to stop. When are you going to stop? Stop it. This is stupid. And I hate to use that word, but this is so stupid. Let the man, if he's not a threat to you anymore, which obviously he's not, if he's not a threat to you anymore, then let him live his life and play golf and bang his supermodel wife. Yes, I said it. She's gorgeous. Who wouldn't want that? She's my girl crush. It's anybody's girl crush. She's the most beautiful first lady with all the class in the world that you could ever even think of. But they've never given her any credit. They put a horrible picture of the vice president on the cover of Vogue, however. She actually made them redo that. That's another little tidbit of information that you can go to Rumble and Alice in Wonderland in the Rabbit Hole. That's another place that you can go and kind of hang out. But instead of me rambling and rumbling and rambling, that means rumbling is because my stomach is growling and it's time for lunch. So anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in once again. If you'd like to be a sponsor for either on the web page or if you want me to give you a shout out here on the podcast, I'd be more than happy to do that. We can talk monetary stuff later. It's the most you'll spend is $50. So the larger we get, hopefully we'll be able to keep those numbers right where they are. We want to grow, but we don't want to make it more expensive. But again, that's if you wanted to give yourself a shout out, give your business a shout out, promote yourself. We can give you a little excerpt here. I can actually bring you in on Zoom. We can share the screen together. We are family. All right, guys. God bless each and every one of you. I hope you have an amazing, magatastic day. And just remember, chin up, head up, eyes forward, looking ahead. Because guess what? The best is still yet to come. All right? Promises made, promises kept. Thanks for tuning into the Rhino Removal Project. I'm Cindy Page. We'll see you soon. Cheers.